everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sprout and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a multi-stitch candy cuff. Now these are probably one of my top favorite cuffs to make because they're really easy, fairly quick, and you can make a whole bunch of different designs with them. Like for this one I did Bluey and Bingo, and this one is like really big. And this one was 6 beads tall, and it was just a fun little pattern that I did with matte and then transparent-ish beads. But for colors, I'm going to be using pink, yellow, and blue. And for string, I'm going to be using, again, this sort of cloth-covered stretch stuff. I really don't know what to call it, but I really like using this. I hate using the elastic cord, like the clear elastic stuff, because it just loosens over time. It does not cooperate. It does not want to stay tied up. Like whenever you're making a bracelet and it just decides to untie itself. But yeah, let's get into the tutorial. So for supplies, you're gonna need 3 colors of beads if you are doing this, like this amount of rows. But if the fun thing about multi-stitch is you can make it like as tall as you want to. So you can do more colors than me, but I think I'm just gonna stick with 3 for today. And then scissors, of course, and about a little more than a wingspan's length of string. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is decide which color you want for the bottom portion of your bracelet. I'm going to do blue for that. So the first thing you want to do is take one end of your string and put on an even amount of beads. So basically what we're going to do is create a candy single, and you want to make sure that it can go, like it can fit comfortably around your wrist. So, okay, so now you should have an even amount of beads on your string. So now what you're going to want to do is push those to the end of the string and just triple knot it. And make sure whenever you're tying it, you don't go like this. You do not want it that tight. You want it to be able to stretch pretty easily. But yeah, just knot that 3 times. And then you can cut off this little tail end here, but be careful not to cut the knot. I have done that several times and the whole thing just comes apart. But now we have just created the beginning of this bottom portion right here. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna wanna just have this long end here, and you are going to want to add onto the string 1 bead of your next color. So on this one, it's light green. For me, I'm gonna do yellow. So you're gonna put 1 yellow bead on the string, slide it down, skip one bead, and thread it through this next one, just like this. And don't pull it too tight, but if you pull it just a little bit, it should look like this. And that is what we want. It's sort of similar to doing a star, but instead of 3 beads skipping through one bead, threading it through, it's just one bead. So you're going to want to do that again. Add on a bead of the same color. Skip this bead and thread the string through this bead. Just like this. And you can see it's sort of starting to pop out some of the bottom beads, and that is exactly what we want it to do. So you're going to do that again. Add on one bead of the same color. Skip one bead and thread it through the next. And as you're pulling it tight, pull the string pretty loosely to where it holds its shape, but you can still pretty easily stretch it because you do not want a multi-stitch that will not stretch. So you're going to do the same exact thing as before. Add on one bead, skip a bead, and take it through the next one. Do the exact same thing. Take another bead of the same color. Skip this bead and thread it through this one. And it should start to look like this. So basically what you're going to do now is just do the exact same thing all the way around. And I'll show you how to step up to the next level. But for now, I'm going to go off camera and finish this row. Okay, so I have gone all the way around. And now I have my last bead on here. And it's okay if it does not stand up like this one. It's just going to sort of flare itself out in the beginning. But what you're going to do now that you have your last bead on the string is you're going to do the same thing as before. Skip this bead and take it through this bead. And now, to step up another row, you're going to want to not only go through this bead, but also the first yellow bead that you added. So it should be going sort of diagonally up like this. All right, and that is your first layer of adding on beads. Now you're going to do the exact same thing as before. You are going to be finishing off what is light green on here, but it's yellow on this one. And what you're going to do now is add on another yellow bead, skip this bead, and thread the string through this next bead that is popping out. And that should start sort of making the row come together instead of it just being every other yellow bead. So you're going to want to do that again. Take your string, add on a yellow bead, thread it through the next bead that is popping up. And you're gonna do that once more. Take a yellow bead, skip this, and thread the string through the next bead that is popping out. And it should start to look like this. So again, you're just gonna do this all the way around. Put a bead on your string and take it through the next yellow bead that is popping out. And again, whenever you're making this, do not pull so tight to where it will not stretch. You want it to be able to stretch pretty well. But you also want to make sure that it holds its shape. So I will be right back, and I am going to go finish this. Okay, so when you're done, it should look like this, to where the yellow row is completed. For stepping up to another row, you're going to add on your last yellow bead. And again, like we did on the first row, we're going to go up diagonally through these two beads like this. And then just like before, we pull it loosely, and that is the end of the yellow row. Now we're going to move on to the last row, and on this bracelet, it's like a darkish teal. And on this one, it's going to be pink. So just like before, you're going to add on one bead, skip a bead, and thread the string through the next bead that is popping up. Like that. You're going to do the same thing. Add a bead on the string, skip this bead, and take it through the next bead that is popping up. Do the exact same thing. Put a bead on the string, skip a bead, and thread it through the next bead that is popping up. And again, you're going to want to do this all the way around until you reach the end, and then you're going to step up a row and do that again. Okay, when you are done, it should look like this. You have made a whole nother row, and it should look like these two cuffs right here. So when you are done with the cuff, you want to step it up another row. And I had you guys using way too much string, you guys. I am so sorry. But you want to cut off, if you have any excess string, you want to cut off like a lot of the excess, but leave some on, about 5 inches or something. So now that you have this, we are going to tie this off. And how I like to do it is, you see that there is a little bitty gap right here. You are going to put the end of your string through this gap like this. And that should make a loop. Do not pull it all the way through. You want it to just look like this. So then you are going to grab the loop and the other string that's coming through the other side, and you are just going to act like it is just like two regular strings, and you are going to you're gonna square knot it about 3 times. Just like that. And if you want to hide the knot, you can sort of pull it through the bead. But now you just want to cut off the excess string like that. And now you have made a multi-stitch cuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was better than my first one. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time.